Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we are looking at ice barriers. Now, I thought Dragon Unity was going to be the strongest new support out of this, but no, it is ice barriers, guys. We got so much new support, pretty much remade the whole deck. Doesn't really even run how it used to run. We're taking advantage of all the Trishulas. We're a full synchro deck. It's pretty cool. I really like it. I was surprised with how strong it was. In a very basic kit. You only need 3 of these super rare really to be at optimum power, and everything else is a rare and new to the Archetype. Now the Archetype is giant. You can't even fit one copy of every ice barrier card. You can't fit it into a single deck in Duel Links. There's too many cards. It's an insane amount of cards. So we're focusing on the newer stuff. All 3 of these rares are brand new. I think this boy's brand new. All our spells are brand new. Really, the only old one we have are these tuners, but they are reprinted in the latest box anyway, so they may as well be new at the same time. But changes drastically how we run the deck. I am going to Kiteroid because this is the definition of a turn 2 deck. It's really, you just pump out so many boss monsters, you don't even worry about back row hate, you just bull through it. You survive to the first turn, and we actually do have other first turn plays with certain monsters. It's a very cool deck. I really, really like it. We'll go over the new monsters. We have General Wayne. He can special summon when your opponent has a monster and you have an ice barrier, and then you get to search any one of our spells. So even these one copy of spells, just remember this boy can search it. When he special summons, all you need is your opponent to have a monster, and you have an ice barrier. He's special summoning and searching for you. Very good card. Also a very good card, so strong. She's a Revealer. She's 1700. You can discard a card, any card, it can be your Kiteroid, and then you can special summon any tuner from your deck. That's already crazy strong. We're mostly using it to make our level 6s. I think she does lock you to water. Yeah, you can only special summon water monsters, but that's okay because our entire extra deck is water. So you could go 4 and 2, which is most our tuners. We have 2 of the level 2 tuners. That can be a Brio. He's actually an ice barrier monster, so he can work with your special summons and things like that. Or you could go with the 3 tuner and go with the Gungnir, who's also an ice barrier. And we also have a new level 6 ice barrier, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier. He requires a water monster, but once per turn, return any number of face-up cards you control to the owner's hand. This card gains 500 for each. Not really much use for that, but we can use it when we're using Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier because it is continuous. You can use it as a monster reborn for a level 4 or lower Ice Barrier monster, and then when you have 3 or more on the field, you get to protect them from special summon from the extra deck monster effects. So think of it as just a searchable reborn. Then we have this other spell, Wins Over the Ice Barrier. You tribute any number of Ice Barrier monsters, then you get a special summon from your deck, level 4 or lower Ice Barrier monsters. It's very good for getting exactly the monsters you want out. And then you can add a card from your graveyard to your hand by banishing it from the graveyard. It's a very good card. We search it for 1 of. If you're not feeling the Kiteroids, you can maybe go more copies of Wins Over the Ice Barrier. And the new card that's making it super simple and super strong, Medallion of the Ice Barriers. Add an Ice Barrier monster from your deck to your hand. Very strong. So what else have I forgotten? This deck's doing so much. So Revealer, she can do any synchro. She can do the 6 or the 7, I should say. And then she has another effect from the graveyard. If you were to do something like Brio or Gungnir that needs to discard a card, you can just banish her from a graveyard instead. So strong, so crazy for the Brio plays. This is a really good card. Then we have Speaker. This is an okay card, not nearly as good, but you can just straight up special summon it when you have an Ice Barrier monster. Your opponent doesn't have to have a monster like this General here. And it's a level 4. Then you can banish it from the graveyard and gain a token. It's an Ice Barrier token. Generally, it's only level 1 with 0 attack, so what you're going to really use it for is this card like Wins Over Barrier. You tribute Ice Barrier monsters, you get to tribute that token, and get a free summon from your deck. Very strong combos. I was really impressed with this deck, guys. And it's all about these new, I should have known, with, all the Trishulas that are straight up Ice Barrier monsters. we're going crazy with them. We got Trishula, 0 Dragon of the Ice Barrier. It's an 11, but the math is really easy since we have 1, 3, and 2 tuners. You just do the math, 5, 4, and then whatever number you're missing or needing. You get this Trishula out. You get to banish pretty much 3 cards. We don't do it with 2 cards. You have to do it with 3. So you get 3 banishes. It can be back rows. It can be monsters. Very, very good. And then if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon Trishula, the Ice Barrier, from our extra deck or graveyard. Its attack is 3,300, and then we attack a half monster. We do have the monster they're talking about summoning. It's limited to 1. We got it from a bundle. When this card is synchro summoned, banish up to 1 for each 1 card from your opponent's hand for each card in the field and graveyard. Or no, sorry, it's 1 from each. So hand, field, and graveyard. But generally, we're going to use it with Trishula from our 11. We don't go straight to a 9, except our brand new 9. Now, this boy helps us with the first turn play, so we're a pure second turn deck. But we have first turn place in Kiteroid and this brand new Ravenous Croco Dragon. He's a water, so Revealer will not lock us out of it. What does it do? Why is it a first turn play? It gains 500 attack for each card in your hand. If it's synchro summon, you get to draw cards equal to the non-tuners we used. We're usually using 2. Generally, you're only going to ever want to use 2, because then you'll draw 2 cards, and he has a quick effect where you can discard 2 cards, then target 1 card on the field, and destroy it. So very good first turn play. You get to destroy a card during your opponent's turn. First turn plays, devastating. Second turn plays, search consistency. Very good deck, guys. I was in love with this deck, blown away with it. I'm not even using a skill, just leveling up a new character. So this intro has been way too long. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing Rio. She's got her scouter on. She's scouting our power level. We got a Kiteroid. Going second, though. He's showing Magician's Rod into Dark Magical Circle. Let's see what we can do versus this. Magic Curtain. We have so many copies of that now. People just run it. Now he sets what's likely a navigation. We're going with Revealer. He blew his chance. That was the 1 chance on the Revealer normal summon. I guess not the 1 chance, but that was his chance to disrupt. He's letting us get way too far, so let's do the math. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5 is 11. We're getting our search with Wayne. Search wins over the Ice Barrier. We don't need it right now because we have a perfect 11. That's going to be Trishula. It's going to be a 3 banish. So we're either going to banish his whole field, or he's going to bring out the Dark Magician, and we're going to banish the good stuff off his field. He will, in fact, bring out the Dark Magician. So we're going to banish 2 Dark Magicians. Excuse me, and the Dark Magical Circle. Goodbye. He still gets to chain off a Dark Illusion. Isn't that so crazy? All off 1 trap card. But we get to special summon our speaker, then we get to special summon our tuner with Freezing Chains. That's going to check this play out, guys. We got the brand new Duloran Tiger King of the Ice Barriers. You gotta get this from this month's Rank Duel tickets. I got him. Once return any number of face-up cards you control to the hand. Why on earth would we need to do that? Because we're not done. We're going to bring out the token once again. We banish Speaker to bring out this token. This token counts as an Ice Barrier, so we get to tribute it with wins over the Ice Barrier. We do get rid of that level 6 Synchro. He gave us the +1. He is an Ice Barrier monster, so he works with wins. We banish 2. Now we bring out a Brio, and we have 1 in our hand thanks to that Lion. We get to banish Revealer at the same time. That sends both monsters off the field. Hit for lethal. What a crazy deck. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Luna. We're going first. Poor girl was trying to catch a rank up, but we're not going to let that happen. Using balance, no less. What deck could possibly be balanced? We're going first. We're going to use our Medallion. Search Speaker. Set Speaker. She's 1800. We're facing Tri-Mids. Going King Golem. That gives him the Cruiser. Search of Hunter. then he's gonna play Hunter into Master, I believe. And then just swings, so no back row to have to get around, but we probably could have got around some back row. Hits us for 2300, we're gonna normal summon the Dudark. Special summon Speaker, special summon General, that's gonna give us a search. The search wins over the Ice Barrier, but we have enough for Trishula. We go straight into the 11-0. 0 Dragon of the Ice Barrier. It's gonna banish all 3 of those cards. Now he uses his effect before Trishula's, which is the only option you have, and obviously we get to remove even the field spell he just put there. Now use King Golem to special summon a Dancer, but we have more plays, so this is why we probably could have got by some back row too. We use Freezing Chains, then we banish the Speaker for the Ice Barriers. That gives us a token. We use the token and the tuner for the wins over the Ice Barriers. We bring the same tuner out, bring a Revealer. That's a Brio. Now even with no cards, Brio can just banish Revealer thanks to her effect. Return that monster, don't have to destroy it, and face a potential Sphinx. And we hit him for lethal. It does not get better than that, guys. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a little Yug. We're going first. Let's see what our boys got first. We got our Freezing Chains already. Then we have one of each of our new monsters. That's really all you need. We're going to go with Revealer. We're going to special summon Speaker, throw away Wayne, bring out our level 1. This is going to be a first turn play. We're going into the Ravenous Crocodragon Archetype. We have plenty of cards in our hand to use his effect. We're facing a Fire King. He's gonna destroy a tiny Grunix and do all sorts of searching. He searches a Yaksha, uses an Arvada though, very strong card. Now we got a Dudark. We're trying to use Speaker. He's going to Arvada Speaker, so we're free to use Ravenous Crocodragon, destroy his field spell, which will destroy his monster, which will let him special summon the Yaksha from the graveyard. Then we're going to use Freezing Chains to special summon Revealer. Revealer's going to jump into an Ice Dragon. Now we have no cards in our hand. How are we using his effect? Thanks to Revealer, she counts as the discard from the graveyard just by banishing her. We return the monster, not quite lethal yet. Probably could have done some plays a little different to get to lethal, but I didn't know where he was going to go with that Arvada. Now he's going to destroy the Yaksha, bring out the Grunix, or Kamikaze the Grunix, bring out a Barong. Now Barong's not really gonna do much, even if he wasn't returned by this Brio, but he is returned by the Brio and finished off. Great first turn play there, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Crow. Like I said, 3 OTK archetypes got buffed. Black Wings, Dragon Unity, and Ice Barriers. Now Ice Barriers used to be much cheesier. We're virtually using none of the cards from the old way to play. Here are boys using Black Wings. I don't think these were any of the new cards either. I don't think so. Just some generic Blackwing plays. Going for searches, even starting with Simoon, but I don't think he does any synchros. He's got his Squall and everything though, so I don't see why he wouldn't. He leaves it at that though, takes an extra 1000 damage, which could be significant. It's not significant this duel obviously, but it could be. So here, probably could have started with a tuner. Don't be afraid to start with a tuner. Revealer, we had so many cards, we can just go bring our own tuner out. Then we go with Wayne. That's of course a search. We're going to search just think of it as a monster reborn. Freezing Chains. Then we go boom, Trishula, that's 6. That's more than enough banish to clear the field. Then we got Speaker once again, Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier, that's going to be Revealer. And then that's a nice casual lethal, even without our Freezing Chains or anything like that. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Jack Atlas. We're going second. Synchro versus Synchro it should be. Obviously, if we're going second, we're generally just gonna dunk on virtually anything. We got a Medallion. We already have our Freezing Chains. We got our level 3 tuner. We get a second Medallion. It's not once per turn. So we got Wayne. We're gonna normal summon the level 3, special summon our level 4. Then we get a special summon our level 5 since he does have a monster. That's 8, that's 12, so it's not a monster yet, but when you summon Wayne, you get a search. We search Winds Over the Ice Barrier. Now we go with Gungnir. We get a token out. Now we use Winds Over the Ice Barrier. That's the importance of Speaker. We turn that token with Winds Over the Ice Barrier into a tuner. Then we're able to go with Brio. We're going to use a medallion, search another general. Didn't really need to do that, but then we're going to Brio, throw away that general, swoop up the monster, and obviously finish the duel. Now it's Winds Over Ice Barrier and the combination of Speaker's Graveyard Effect. That's most important from this replay. So yeah, love this deck. I did a super long intro, so I don't want the outro to be too crazy, but I was really impressed with how strong it is. Probably the strongest of the 3 OTK archetypes that got updated. It was Drag Unity, Black Wings, and Ice Barriers. Ice Barriers were way at the bottom. They'd never even seen meta, but now they're really strong, guys. I'm really impressed with this deck. So hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.